Bharat Sundaresan at the beautiful Adelaide Oval. Guys, it's been such a build-up to this first test. This has been a long build-up.
Welcome home, Mel. This
Oh, yeah,
is
you're
Adelaide. Yeah, I know. I'm back home. I'm feeling really good about being back home. This is the lovely Adelaide Oval, the best ground in the whole world. Wankhede Stadium was right up there for a while, then I moved out, so Adelaide Oval split the post there. And just look behind us. Look, the old scoreboards there. You sort of see the cathedral. Am I getting a little carried away here?
Yes, you are.
Okay, sorry.
But what was interesting, what I was thinking of, the Moreton Bay Figs, which are down there around
yes,
the
of
school.
course.
Yeah, but they were originally planted to basically keep the people from outside from getting a free view of the cricket. We kind of had a similar thing today around the nets because there all was black around the nets. It wasn't what we're used to being able to see, but it was still a very interesting day. First of all, the big news, well, we don't know if it's big news or not, but
You don't know whether it's news.
Yes, where is Steve Smith is the big question.
I don't know. I saw him walk out and he looked like he almost had a cramp somewhere. Like he hobbled out because he wasn't part of the warm-up. And when they were playing touch footy, not touch rugby.
Touch footy.
Anyway.
They were playing touch footy. Michael Neese scored a try.
He did, of course. He does everything, doesn't he? But yes, he wasn't with part of the warm-ups. And then he walked up maybe half an hour after the Australian team had got done with their warm-ups, and he was hobbling a little, and then the physio came out, and then the speculation began.
It did, and someone else told me that they saw him shaking his arm or holding his arm, or something wasn't quite right. So we've been on Steve Smith watch all day, and we've been very unsuccessful because apart from those few minutes, we haven't seen him. We don't know what's going on. Everyone's asking the question. That would be, if there's a problem with him, that would be a huge blow for Australia, of course. We were already saying in Sydney how things have evened up quite a bit. And another thing we were also saying in Sydney too, talking about India's bowlers and how good Natarajan was in the nets. Hey, he was possibly even better here when India trained this morning, wasn't he?
The pink ball. We saw him with the red ball over there, with the pink ball here. He was beating Kohli, he was beating Pujara, he was hitting Pujara on the pads, he was beating Rahane. That's India's engine room. That's India's three best test batsmen in the last decade. And if he's beating them and on beating the outside edge and the inside edge, then shouldn't he be in the test?
Well, I think we need to start a campaign. Natarajan must play.
Too early? These must play is still going on. But yeah, I'm all for it. India don't have a left-arm pacer in their squad. And he's moving the ball both ways. He just has that wonderful temperament, wonderful bat story anyway. So.
Yeah, but bear in mind, he's not actually in the test squad. So he's here, he's bowling just as a net bowler. So he's been an incredible story so far on this tour. What an amazing story would it be if he actually ended up playing? I just have a suspicion that we will see him at some point
Sydney.
in this series. Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
I do. I think we'll see him.
Third test. Yeah.
You just don't know, but it'd be a really great story from when he does. What else did you notice today, Bharat?
No, it was interesting. Virat Kohli again, very active in the nets. He had a long net, but even before the nets, he was having a word with a couple of the other batsmen. And then, of course, he went in after, even while he was having his nets, he had a couple of words with Mohammad Siraj about the lines he should be bowling.
Yeah.
And then he got done with his nets and took a pink ball and was giving throwdowns to Kuldeep Yadav. And he's been so involved ever since he's landed here, and ever since the white ball leg of the series is done, or the tour is done. We saw him in the nets with Mike Agarwal and the SCG. So he's been very active. Of course, he won't be around in Australia a week from now. So he's making the most of it.
He is, and that's going to be very quite fascinating to then watch how things change around in the training sessions. And once he's gone, and Ajinkya Rahane is in charge, because he's
the red ball captain.
The red ball captain. Yeah, well, for all intents and purposes, he's kind of captain for the series. Who's just giving a guest appearance to Virat Kohli for the first match. Yeah. So that it will be, because Virat is such a big presence at training, let alone on the field. So that's going to be something that's quite interesting to watch, I think. So until then, we've just got one more day, and it's finally going to start. Things are evening up. Do you think they're evening up even more as we get closer?
With every passing day, it looks like, yeah. And speak of evening up, I mean, right now, look, Steve Smith should be fit and he will play. We've been told that he will be back tomorrow. But if there is the worst case scenario of he missing out, it's almost like India is playing against Australia. The same batting lineup.
With
And of
Marnus
course-
Labuschagne.
With Marnus Labuschagne, and of course their awesome bowling attack.
Yeah.
But I mean, speaking of the nets, the bowling attack, Cummins, Hazelwood, and Stark were breathing fire today in the nets. Poor Marnus Labuschagne was given some tough love, and like balls just flying past different parts of his body. So the Australian attack looks in good sync. They look fresh and they're ready.
They do, but someone else who was getting maybe some tough love was Joe Burns, and he, you know, he was given a lot of attention by Langer. Langer was there with him all throughout the nets. He had the camera on him. Langer was going in and chatting to him. Lots of discussions all the time.
And if you hear bat on ball in the background, it's Joe Burns again, because he took a break from the nets, came out there, was helping Tim Payne with his wicket-keeping drills for a while, and then he's gone back out. So
Yeah.
you know, he's on the edge for sure. No surprise, everybody's calling for his head even before he's got to go. And yeah, poor Joe Burns. Yeah.
We feel sorry for him. Well, we've got one more day. We can go away. We're going to think about things. Tomorrow we'll be back and we'll see what else we can see. There's got to be something else tomorrow. All eyes will be on Smith, Burns in particular.
Yeah. And you know, because I'm home, I'll wake up, do the dishes, wash clothes, dry them.
No one cares.
It's very important. You need to be a good
No one
husband,
cares.
a good homemaker before
No
you
one
get to the
cares.
ground and to the road.
No
Hey,
one
listen to me.
cares.
Trust
Come,
me.
go
Be good
home.
to your wife.
Go.
Bye.